Next, and it might be our final presenter, I believe, if I look at the lineup, is Graham from Kitimat. Graham started his real estate investing at an early age, successfully completing multiple renovation and flip properties and rental investments. Graham started his professional career in real estate sales 6 years ago with RE/MAX. Graham has reached and achieved the achievement of being ranked in the top 100 for RE/MAX of Western Canada, RE/MAX Hall of Fame member, and was a top producing single agent in Kitimat in 2020. Currently sitting as the president of the Gymnastic Club and the director of the Kitimat Chamber of Commerce Board, Graham gives back to the community and enjoys helping make the town a better place for everyone. Welcome, Graham. Are you here?
I am here. Thanks for that, Roland. So what I'm going to kind of be presenting is more of my local community. It's probably a town that most people have not heard of. Roland presented a couple properties, Terrace and Prince Rupert. He kindly left out Kitimat, which happens to be partners to those towns. We're about 60 kilometers south of Terrace and just down the coast from Prince Rupert. It's a town that has been on the news a lot. So what we are is the site of the LNG Canada project, which is the largest private sector investment in Canadian history, which is $40 billion. Kitimat actually holds that title twice. For a town of about 8,500 people, it started back in the mid-50s. Alcan at that time, Aluminum Company of Canada, started Kitimat, and that in the 1950s was in itself the largest private sector investment in Canadian history. So we have two title belts. What we are seeing is quite an impact to the market due to this project. So Kitimat in itself, like I said, about 8,500 people currently live here. There are no outlying areas. The closest town, 60 kilometers away. We're a very unique kind of anomaly town-wise. LNG Canada, during the peak of its construction, is expecting around 7,500 workers to come to the town. There are camp facilities, but they're right in the town. They're right in the community, which is a very kind of interesting dynamic for industrial projects. Alberta has a lot of these, Northern Alberta, Fort Mac, Cold Lake, but their camp facilities are generally way out of town. So they have supply industries that work with those companies, but generally the workforce stays out of town. Kitimat, you can see the camps right from town. So essentially those are part of our population. Currently there's about 2,000 workers on site. COVID has had obviously some impact on those numbers, but they are looking to ramp up. Between 2022 and 2024 is what their top construction timelines are going to look like. Those timelines should coincide with a fairly large impact to our real estate market sales price wise. Currently, we have seen a fairly large impact to the rental market just due to the few thousand people that have showed up so far. We've only seen, like I said, about a 25% workforce so far. Roland can attest to some of the rental rates that Kitimat does get. We get massive returns. So the average rent value back in 2017, which was pre-LNG Canada final investment decision, was about $879 per month. Post LNG Canada FID 2019, so 2020 numbers haven't come out from CMHC yet, but they're at $1,263. So you can almost see it's almost a 50% increase over 2 years. The 2017 average sale price at $232. 2020, we have those averages at $336. So we can see the impact that the project has had already with no actual impact to the community that's very substantial, with workforce coming in. So those numbers are expected to increase as that project kind of moves forward over the next couple years. So can we go to the next slide there, Roland, please? Thank you. So this is a building that I currently have listed. It is a 10-unit building, 2 bed, 1 bath, all the units. It was built in 1957, which is indicative of a lot of buildings in Kitimat because Kitimat didn't exist pre-Alcan building the town, and they all started in the mid-50s. This building is fully tenanted. Currently, right now, it gets about $105,000 in rent and laundry revenue. The current expenses are $29,000. So right now you have a NOI of roughly $76,000, which is a 7.6% cap rate. Current market value of these units is $1,500 a month per 2-bedroom unit. You know, if you took that out of all 10 units minus expenses, you have an NOI of almost $151,000, which gives you a potential cap of 15%. Listed at $1 million. These buildings do not come up singularly like this very often. They're generally owned in groups. At $100,000 a door, that's a good sale price. We are seeing these in renovated forms sell up to about $150,000 a door. You know, so there is a little bit of room there to, you know, add some renovations and increase the value. This one does have a new boiler just last year, and a roof, I think it was about 15 years ago on the roof. But these rent fairly consistently because they are right now on the very low end of our rental scale. We're seeing roughly 1% of the purchase price per month is kind of what you're going to get back in a rental amount, which turns out to like 12% per year, you know, pre-costs and stuff. But we do have a fairly strong rental market. Roland, can we go to the next slide there, please? So this one, these are very unique opportunities. What these are corporate leases. So these come with a 5-year lease with 2 1-year options to extend that lease at $4,900 a month. They're just under 2,500 square feet. They're built, they started in 2016, and there's a couple tranches that were built, like 3-4 houses at a time, continuously up until now. Property management's in place at 8%. All costs are charged back to the owner. Lawn mowing, snow clearing, which we do get a lot of. All utilities, everything. So you start at $4,900, you work your way back. You cash flow roughly about $1,500 a month on these after mortgage payments. They're $629 plus GST. So they are a pretty decent return. This is just one. So there's a lot of these. These are all built because of LNG Canada. There's a lot of these purpose-built rentals that the developer is offloading. Starting at $629, we do have some up to like $730, $740 that all come with long-term corporate leases. We're seeing a lot of demand on this on the market for newer, nicer houses. Because Kitimat's infrastructure, actually 80% of it is over 40 years old. So when you get something that's a little bit newer, we haven't seen a lot of development in the last 10, 15 years. So when you get a house like this, these are what corporate tenants kind of generally go towards. And Kitimat's a very unique little town that you kind of have to come and see to really be able to understand and appreciate what we've got here. Roland did come up here and visit me a couple months ago. So he got to see what we got going on, and I'm sure he appreciated our little community. But yeah, there's lots of opportunity here. Like I said, more just looking to expose what Kitimat has, what people kind of can expect from returns here. And definitely if you're looking for generally low cost, high return properties, the north is where it's at, as Roland mentioned, Terrace, Rupert, and Kitimat. So lots of opportunity here.
Thank you, Graham. Thank you, everyone.